into Unstable Current, but Plasma Field is super strong nuke. You can see how much damage it deals there.
Yeah. Easily forces Lina out. And what's Yao going to do against this?
Yeah,
like, Sticks are the only reason he's staying in this lane. Top lane, No Tal committing the Tombstone. They're on the run. The Flame break, pushing Sylar back so far, but they just have no stuns available anymore. So Sylar TPs himself away to freedom.
That's still good harassment. They're pushing them off and now securing their safe lane a little bit. Mid lane aggression. Lion coming in. Actually going to bring down maybe here.
Well, that Sleight of Fist, the shield can't protect him, and the PMS wasn't triggering off enough. So, yeah, easy kill. I say easy kill.
Mystery has had some good rotations on him in this game. Like, first the First Blood, and now also coming in and securing this kill on what, up till now, was a very even lane. Queen was winning slightly, but now more dominantly going to be able to win this lane up.
Yeah, that is what you're looking for, too, out of Cloud9, that ability to do the rotations. Xiao always going to be really careful how low he is.
Had that level 3 Plasma Field dealing tons of damage to him.
There's no more mana on the Razor. He expanded his stick charger so he was able to do that Plasma Field. So because of this, SARS is going to give him one of his salves. Actually, it's only a Tango.
They haven't seen the Gyro yet, but he's going to show himself now. But they understand that there are lane switches in work, and Bone7 is very happy with that. He's just free farming top right now.
So they watch the real misery.
Lion.
Yao, I think he wants to snowball. He didn't pick up MMY. Actually, snowballing up and away from misery. Lost the vision. The shards will still come down. MMY turned into a frog.
Just running.
But he's he's legging it.
How
and
is
with Envy coming in, he's fine.
Oh, that was...
So the snowball disjoint, he didn't bring the dazzle with him.
I cannot believe that he's actually alive right now. First the snowball on the... I mean, that was unfortunate, snowballing the incorrect target, but the fact that the ice shards could not keep him in place, man, Misery is just getting away with everything this game.
Man, look at all the lanes as well. Like, you've got Bone7 free farming a Batrider top lane. LGD have dragged everything off the top. They put him into the mid. It looks like Yao finally, like, he got distracted by trying to kill off the Lion, which he didn't get, and now is moving up to the top lane. But the middle laner, it's been crushed by Fader. 19-11 up against a 15-5. Bottom lane, Envy is having a party on the bodies of the dead creeps. It is 29-8 for the Razor.
Yeah.
How is Gyro meant to keep up with this? He's 16-1, and he took most of that from the top lane.
And Gyro's not the best recovery hero either. He normally will sit at a pretty high CS in the early game because he has a strong laning presence, and he will farm stacks very quickly. So... Razor having this good of a start, Batrider as well, and Queen. This is boding very well for C9. Yeah. But as you said on mid lane, the fact that Fada is doing so well, he does have a little bit better of a hero in the one-on-one matchup, but he's also an amazing mid player. He plays really solid.
That he does.
Like, he doesn't lose mid very often at all.
No, we haven't even seen his rotation yet. Like, you're looking at Fader about to crack level 7, so we're going to have the 4 points up in Scream, as well as that Sonic Wave. So the burst damage you get out from Fader is just so big. If he gets himself a good rune, like, would you believe a Haste rune, which is ever so conveniently waiting on bottom lane.
Good old S4 rune, just waiting there.
He's waiting for his bottle to arrive, though. It's coming out in the courier.
Yeah, just gotta stand around. Not much to do for him right now, just waiting for it. They have sent the Tuskar top now, and he's gonna try and get something out of this lane as well, realizing that he should be safe to farm there. But you always gotta be careful about Bone7, who did not skill Lasso until level 7, by the way. He just realized I can farm faster if I don't skill Lasso right now, and I'm not going to gank anyway. So
it's like, is it really needed? I'm not going to rotate until Blink Dagger, right?
It's a good decision. I mean, there was no point skilling it right then. Always got to think about why you would do something in Dota.
And, okay, LGD. Do we say at this point they've lost all 3 lanes?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty solidly. I mean, now they do have the ulti on Ember, though, and some other tools to start bringing this game back. And they are stacking the jungle a lot. Look at the big camp.
You're right, that's a lot of money.
So they have tons of money available. If they pick that up on the Ember and then fight with it.
A little bit too deep. Remember, he's still got the defensive spirits as well as MMY there.
Yeah.
So he'll use the Shallow Grave. I think he was waiting for Fader to throw out the Sonic Wave.
I actually think they should take this on Ember and fight. They could leave the big stack on Gyro. I was thinking about it, which is best, but I think someone has to be strong enough to put up a fight against C9 soon, because this is not going to be a laning stage for much longer. Soon, the movements will start. It's all about the Batrider and his timing, really, and he probably is going to go Travels first this game. He does love to do it instead of Blink.
Or go directly into BTs?
Yeah, that's his most standard build. Is Boots of Travels and then Mask of Madness and then Blink, or Boots of Travel, Blink.
But his first rotation is going to be scouted out. If you actually look at the boarding from LGD, it's really smart. They're waiting for him to come. So these next set of wards they placed, you got one on the mid lane just on the Radiant Cliff side. Now, this will see all the way over towards the mid-tier 1 tower, and then the one on the bottom lane is actually looking up to the tier 1 tower on the bot. So the second you bring support in, you'll know it. However, Sylar on the bottom, up against Eternal Envy, lets the call down go. There's more support. The Sonic Wave of the Scream gets the kill, but the Searing Chains, they're still fighting underneath Tombstone. This is not the greatest position in the world. Yao might Snowball actually protect maybe, which he will do so, dragging him up to Eternal Envy. They still haven't finished the kill. 13 HP will survive while Fader picks up a double kill. On the other side, he's actually on the other side of the trees. He'll live and get the kill on Tuskar. LGD just can't get a sausage.
Yeah, and that was 4v3 as well, so the 4 of them could not do it. They have to run away with their mid laner. Man, that was a really tough fight for LGD as well. That first fight had to go well. Now they're going to be in a real tough struggle.
And with those rotations failing, the Batrider flash farming, if you even start to lose control of your jungle, there's no more of these stacks to be had.
No.
You may even lose them. If you do see Bone7 start to rotate and he sees that, and he might pick up BT to start with, and then 2-3 minutes later, he'll actually have the whole shebang with the Blink Dagger.
That's the power of the BTs as well. Like, first of all, of course, rotating over the map is much quicker when you have the travels. You get so fast. But also the fact that when you farm with Firefly in the jungle, if you have travels, you can farm 4 camps. That's pretty amazing. So you can definitely steal a lot from the enemy jungle.
Smoke movement from LGD. Looking for an opening on top lane. Misery is the most exposed one. So simple snowball in. He goes for the Earth Spike, trying to get the timing just as they came out of the snowball, but it was a fraction of a second early. So a simple pickup. There was the Lina who got the last hit in there, so Xiao 8 doing it with the Slave.
Yeah, that was a pick-off that they needed. They need to keep finding these kills. That was 3 heroes committed, though, and they only got a support. So it's a good break, but they can't really lane bottom lane at all. And mid lane is also dangerous, so they have to start taking their jungle before Batrider comes in there. That's a very important point. Oh, he went for the Blink Dagger, actually. So, Bone7 going for the more secure gank of a Blink Dagger and Smoke.
Well, you might just feel confident enough that you've got the aggression factor up. It looks like Sylar's going to be the man taking that big stack. Yeah. Both Call Down, Rocket Barrage, and Flat Cannon. They'll mop through it. MMY is going to soak up the experience, and so is Yao.
He also took one satire last step there, the dirty little support. I got my eyes on you, MMY.
Well, they got level 6 on Tuskar, so now we've got ourselves an ability to punch over on LGD. Not to mention MMY up to level 5, so 3 points up into the heal. And the Gyrocopter cracked level 7 after this too, and got pretty close to finishing his Bracer.
The tough part...
I mean his drums.
Yeah, the tough part in this game is that Lina is only level 5, and their Tuskar now, of course, has level 6, but these 2 heroes really desperately needs their ultis. So when Lina has hers, I believe they can make some nice ganks. Now they're going to try to kill Misery top again.
Well, hearing that lasso, they're dragging back maybe. He needs a little bit more life, and he's got it! Had one charge just up his sleeve. MMY couldn't get in range for the shallow grave. At the same time, they do find that kill over on the Lion. So the smoke gank is successful. Yeah, while C9 not so, and that's the first reveal of the Blink.
Yeah, and that was the first reveal of the Blink and a smoke committed from the Batrider. That gank is super important that it works, and it was very close that they killed Ember. So great there for maybe they actually lived this time, and that's not gonna set back his next item. So.
LGD is gonna be so happy with this, even though you're so far behind. You've got your level 6s you were talking about. You needed that over on the Lina. You've got this. So the gank combo of Xiao and Yao, these guys just move around, never give the space. Misery is just going to crack his own level 6.
Oh, they're the tag team, the 2 of them. Like they can make a lot happen. So right now, just going to see Bone7 farm up the jungle more. Look at the Radiant jungle and how invaded it is. It looks infested right now.
Envy? Okay, yeah, he was already having the link over on maybe, so maybe he wasn't going to commit anymore. But Envy's getting very aggressive into the tier 2 tower.
Yeah. Notice also Envy's build. This is a pretty standard build. You could put 1 point into Eye of the Storm as well. And he might actually do so next. But putting several points into Unstable Current, being faster and more able to run down the enemy, this is a very strong Razor build.
I think Notel is also pinging out to Envy. It's like, can you please come up here and farm this stack? He's actually stacking the Radiant jungle.
Yeah.
Which is a little dangerous if it gets called out, especially when you get heroes like Jara, even Lina. Lina with like a 3-1, it's not the easiest way to mop up a camp, but it'll be successful.
I'm a little bit worried for the wards that LGD just dropped in the enemy jungle, because it's nice to have deep wards and deep vision, but you want to have the wards where the fight is going to be taking place. And right now, C9 are just living in LGD's jungle, so these wards might just see that, hey, we're not there. And while that's information, that's not the best information.
And Envy doing multi-camp farming while the rest of his team pushing the tier 1 tower. Bone 7 again just hovering back. They drop the Tombstone no-tail, expecting some level of defense, but LGD, they're actually on the bottom lane, and it looks like they're grouping up for a big 5-man smoke, and they are going to do so. But is this to contest the mid-tower? You got no fortification.
I think they might be going for Envy.
The Tombstone's only got 6 more seconds left on it.
Yeah.
When they arrive, this Tombstone's going to disappear. So they snowball in, they go after Fader. He can't get the blink off in time, and Fader, they get the kill. The Sword couldn't keep, not the lasso, will be dragging Yao back. Shallow Grave very early on, but they get the perfect shards off. And Misery, Envy and No-Tail, there's one small path to freedom around the corner, but Ember Spirit jumping down, killing Envy on the way through. It's a double kill for Zhao Wade, while Dazzle comes in for the heal bomb on No-Tail. The rest of Cloud9 are bailing out of here.
3 for
going
0.
wrong.
Wow, really good fight for LGD there, and there was just chaos in C9. I think they were just panicking over Tombstone is dying, we have to run. But then they jump in and grab, but they grabbed a guy who used everything already. The Tusk had cooldown on every single spell at the point that the Batrier grabbed him.
Yep.
And there was no way they're going to win that fight if they stayed, so they lose their Queen, they lose their Razor, and the Undying. Those are 3 really good kills for LGD.
And with this, the net worth's going to start to balance out a little bit more. It's a good swing, but you had yourself almost a 6,000 net worth advantage going the way of Cloud9.
Oh, C9
just
were
over
doing
10
amazing.
minutes in, and now it's back to 3,000, and it's still going to tip before C9 can get themselves back into the lanes. The experience was roughly the same as well.
Yeah, C9 were doing amazing at that point, so now, of course, with those kills going the way of LGD, it's a little bit more even, but still C9's control for sure.
I don't know how they're meant to push, however. Like this is probably another one of these things to bring up. The fact that Zhao Wade just left the lower levels up in Light Strike Array, but with the 4 points up in Slave, his range damage he did to the top wave as Envy was pushing in, it took out maybe 80% of the life of the creep wave. So you throw both Shards and Slave, and there's no creep waves left. You have to commit this. Like it's the same situation as middle lane. You commit the Tombstone so early before the fight even begins.
He wants to get a grab. He's there looking for it, but he's going to back off. And yeah, as you said, they have to drop a preemptive Tombstone if they even want to stand and hit the tower at all, because the creeps get pulled back.
But is this the way to do it? Because you're losing Tombstone after Tombstone.
Yeah, this one actually going to get farmed up as well. So 150 gold over Selena. She's very happy with that.
She's almost finished a full Yule Scepter. Like, I think it was the Void Stone, which is already on that courier for Zhao Wade.
But as you say, like, how else are C9 going to push until they have Aghanims on Razor? The only good part about pushing that they have is Batrider being able to start the initiation. But if it's just about killing the tower, there's no helping that. So LGD is much more rounded in their draft here. Of course, having a heal like Dazzle and his Shadow Wave, that is amazing for pushing. So no sustainability on C9.
Oh, now these wards which LGD planted almost 3-4 minutes ago are going to come to fruition.
Oh, yes.
Because you can see everything inside the dire jungle. You group up as 5 and you take tier 1, tier 2.
Yeah, they also got a D ward on the C9 ward that was on the lane up here. So the lane ward is removed, and they have their 2 wards in the jungle that can now be much more relevant after they won the mid fight.
Looks like they're not going to force the top lane too much. Ember Spirit still needs to find a lot more farm. And maybe that's something else we should be looking at. When does Ember Spirit hit his timing based on the start he's had?
Yeah, tough to say. It depends what he wants to transition into from here. He has the bracer and he has the face boots, but I think he's just gonna go straight for the drums or Battle Fury. I think Battle Fury actually. We'll see if he decides to pick up drums.
I think Faye's gonna get very, very frustrated soon.
Yeah,
because the Radiant creep wave